Hello, this is Opal Singleton of Exploited Crimes and Technology. We come to you every Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock right here on AM 590, The Answer. Well, I'm really getting in the swing of this New Year thing. It's hard to believe that we're already going into the third week, and everything just seems like a whirlwind to me when I realize we're more than halfway through the month of January. January is always interesting for me personally because of the fact that we work in combating human trafficking. And January is Human Trafficking Awareness Month. So my month is it just is, I won't say it's a nightmare. It's exciting, but you're always overbooked. And it's very, very demanding. And I always look forward to February, just to give you a heads up on that. But I want to talk about something today because I've been giving a lot of personal speculation. So, for those of you that don't normally follow this show, first of all, welcome. I appreciate you. I'm always so impressed with the people that follow this show, and I meet them out when I go out and do speaking, and they introduce themselves and tell me they either record my show or they never miss my show or something like that. And I'm just very, very appreciative of that. The show originally was meant to educate people about human trafficking and sextortion, social media exploitation, and like that. The show is brought to you by an organization called Million Kids, and we have been in business 15 years. We're centered out of Riverside, but we are, in fact, a national organization. I've traveled all over the U.S., training on those subjects, and actually am nearing around 700,000 people that we've trained eye to eye, regardless of the radio show, if you will, or the TV shows that we've been on, or the books that we've done, or the movie that we have out. And it's just a thrill to be able to do that. Today, I wanted to call the title, because I always do what they call an e-card, where we send out promotions to thousands of you to tell you what we're going to talk about. And by the way, if you want to get on that list to receive not only the information on our show, but also how to help find missing kids throughout Southern California, and also to learn more about the subjects of trafficking and social media exploitation, just go to millionkids.org, MILLIONKIDS .org, and sign up for our newsletter, if you will. If you're on Facebook, I'm not a fan of Facebook, but I'm on it. We have two Facebook sites. One of them is just 1 million kids. That is not the name of our organization, by the way, but Facebook can make it kind of challenging. So that's what it is on Facebook. 1 million kids, just the letter and the number one. And we also have a private Facebook page that we operate. If you really want to be an advocate and a leader in this, you have to request to be let in. But that is Million Kids Supporters, and that is for advanced education for people. Well, today I want to call this show Today I Choose. And I was thinking about that a lot in the last month or so. I think I must be getting old because I'm starting to think a lot about the past and consider what is about to happen in the future. And I realize when all is said and done, it really does come down to a choice. I look at my past. I came from the Midwest, and we've been watching all those football games back there. Holy cow. My biggest fear is coming back as a cow in Montana if you come back. It's cold. It is cold. I saw that Kansas City game the other day, and it was like 27 below zero, and some of those guys didn't even have arms. What do you call them? Sleeves on their arms. They're just out there, the equivalent of 27 below. It was so cold that Mahomes' helmet cracked. And I'm thinking to myself, I was born and raised in the Midwest, and today I choose to be happy in California. Thank you. There are a lot of things about California that I don't think are as good as they used to be, but they're sure as heck better than 27 below zero out there chasing some football. So today I want to talk about that. In the past, I read a book, and I highly recommend this book. That I've never met this lady. She doesn't even know I even think highly of her book. It is a heavy book, by the way. It's nothing light that you would read to a child, but it is a good book to read if you're in a place of making choices in your life. And that book is called The Choice, and it is done by Edith Edgar, and Edgar. It's called The Choice. You can get it on Amazon. And this was a story of a lady who survived the Holocaust. And I'll tell you what, all those people out there protesting ought to read that book because it is the reality. She almost did not survive. They actually walked by her twice and did not realize that she was a living being there when the Americans came in and rescued so many of the people. Ultimately, she came to the US. She married a man from there and came over here and went through many times where she was not happy and missed her homeland, wasn't necessarily happy in the marriage, somewhat happy, but not getting everything she thought she needed. And it really was an interesting thing when you look at it. Ultimately, they ended up back together, but it's called The Choice. But that book was so influential in my life because it really opened my eyes to the fact that in our lives, we have the power of choice. And I think about that because I work with teenagers that are so easily seduced by someone that wants to come in that doesn't want to do good by that person. And I think about how do we teach our child about choices? And how do we teach ourselves about making good choices? I've often thought that one of the most important roles that a parent can take in a child's life is to teach them good cognitive reasoning. I even looked up 8 ways to build a child's decision making skills, and you might want to Google that yourself. But I'll just give them to you briefly. Encourage debates, encourage their feedback, let them think about what they think, not just what you think. It's really difficult as a parent in a child relationship because probably that child's biggest fear is being rejected by you, let alone being punished by you. Nobody likes that either. But they want your approval, whether they indicate that or not. And so, one of the things is to engage with that child and get them to tell you what they're thinking and why they're thinking that way, and encourage them to get involved with that conversation. Encourage them to sort through why they came to the decision that they did and give some of the factors, even if they're not right or that you don't agree with them, at least teach them to sort through the elements of that. You might teach them role playing. What if this happens? What if that happens? How would you go about handling it? Think about the probabilities because most of us make decisions based on fear. We don't want something bad to happen. We don't want to be rejected. We don't want to lose our money. So, think about and get them to talk about their probabilities. Update their beliefs. Once your child makes a decision, ask them, how did that go? Did you try that out? Did it work for you? And then teach them calm and promote creativity to sort through many, many alternatives. I think that this is so important in a discussion that all of us as adults need to have, let alone our kids, because we so many times operate out of fear and anxiety. We project out the worst case scenario, or, part of us says, what if these people don't like me, or they don't accept me, or I don't fit in, or I don't succeed at work, or what if my wife gets mad at me? How am I going to handle that? Or my husband? And so it's interesting that we stop and look at the power of the decision process. And that's true whether you're an adult or a child. But I think one of the most powerful gifts a parent can give a child is to teach them cognitive reasoning. This is exactly what is going to take place online on a regular basis. So why on earth would we put a kid online without teaching them that? This is Opal Singleton. It's break time. Be right back.
Are you tired of eating at the same old restaurants? Let me tell you about a fabulous Italian restaurant we found in Riverside, Mamma Mia's Italian Restaurant. Their caprese salad is exquisite with candied balsamic glaze. All of their sauces are special recipes using only the best olive oils. The salads are fresh and healthy. They offer a wonderful array of pastas, including shrimp scampi, capellini, bolognese, and lasagna. They're famous for their gourmet pizza, and you can order online for takeout or have a special date for dining in with family and friends. Mamma Mia's caters special occasions and host private events. You have to try it out. Mamma Mia's Italian Restaurant, located at 10971 Magnolia Avenue in Riverside, 1 block north of La Sierra on Magnolia. That's Mamma Mia's in Riverside. Be sure to tell Michael, Alex, or Joseph you heard it on AM 590 The Answer.
Hello, this is Opal Singleton of millionkids.org. I believe the 4 most powerful words on earth are I believe in you. So we created a challenge coin that says I believe in you on one side and stand tall, you are loved on the other side. This one-of-a-kind challenge coin is a perfect gift for birthdays, anniversaries, graduation, Christmas presents, or just an anytime gift for someone you love. What a powerful message for a parent or a grandparent to give to a young person. This 2-inch coin is made of polished gold. It's striking to look at, and it is priceless to hold. It is packaged in a beautiful black velvet gift box. What a great way to leave a legacy of love that will last forever. To purchase this coin, go to millionkids.org/gallery. Each coin is $25. Go to millionkids.org/gallery to purchase and give a legacy of love.
Real estate sales in the Inland Empire are really hot. Sean and Colleen at Caldwell Banker Armstrong Properties in Riverside are proud to sponsor this show. They are the best in the Inland Empire. They're fair, honest, creative, and they care about you and your situation. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, call Sean and Colleen at 951-529-4066.
AM 590, The Answer.
Hello and welcome back to Exploited Crimes and Technology. This is Opal Singleton, and we are talking about Today I Choose. And I've been thinking about that a lot. I'm more than past the halfway mark of a normal life. And every day I have in this life at this point is a gift. And it seems like I know so many people that are struggling with life issues. You know, their health isn't good. And the whole world keeps predicting that the bottom is going to fall out of the stock market. And those that lived through 2008, they began to, talk about survival, food, and gold. You're hearing it everywhere. They've got all these stories on the internet, and they've got them on the radio and television about how I need to get, dehydrated food and a generator and pack up to live in my basement. I don't have a basement, but you get what I'm saying. But it's an interesting thing. And in the meantime, when I watch television, it's colder than everything back east. I'm like, boy, today I choose to be happy in California. California's got its problems, and trust me, there are a few million people out there that like to remind you of them, and like that. But lately, it has just been beautiful. The sun is shining. The moon is just gorgeous. The trees have turned some different colors, and the sunsets are just enormous at times. I can see parts of the sunset out my front door, and some days they're just so beautiful. I call my husband, "Come look. We're not ever going to see this sunset again," and I choose to enjoy the sunset. I have lately been enjoying all the sunshines on the trees and the leaves and even the palm trees. It just kind of radiates, and you can see this going off of the reflection that is going on. And the weather lately, with alternating between rain and a little bit of wind, hasn't been so bad and has cleared out the air. And I just look out there and I think, today I choose to be happy and I choose to be grateful. But it isn't always that way. Life gets complicated, especially in the life that I live, because we work with helping victims that have been blackmailed because they've sent a naked photo online, or, they've even gotten into some forced prostitution, not by their choice. They were lured in, they were groomed in, and like that. And a lot of the work that I do is to be able to do prevention and intervention. People ask me, how did you get into this? I can't tell you. It was something to do with a plan that the higher power had for me. Because I was retired. I was perfectly happy taking cruises, and I'm a glass artist, so I was making my glass, and I'm partying with my friends and going, in the RV off places, and life was good when one day this crossed my path, and I know myself well enough to know that this was the right moment for me. And for the last 15 years now, we put one foot in front of the other. And yeah, I've gone through some hard times, the same as you all have in my audience. Some of you have lost your spouses. In my case, I did. And I'm very, very grateful for the time that we chose to be happy together. We don't always have to do this kind of thing in our retirement. We can choose just to enjoy our time with each other. I think that that is such a wonderful gift when you have a relationship in your life, whether it's just a close friend or a spouse somewhere, that is just extremely meaningful to you. Then choose to take the time to nurture that relationship and cherish that relationship. I was thinking about that in terms of fathers and mothers, and you have these little kids, and I've had several friends of late that have had babies, and they're just so darn cute, and they get big fast. Oh my gosh, there's some couples at church that have babies. I swear that one's about to walk, and you just go, "How did that happen?" I think it was only like a couple of months ago I went to the shower, and life is fleeting. And I look at that and I think, life does not have to be all about work. It can be about nurturing relationships and taking care of each other. Many of you know that I lost my stepdaughter. She was with me for 44 years, and I lost her to COVID about a year and a half ago. And I miss that relationship, and I cherish the relationship that we had. And now it is over. It's in the past, along with many, many other relationships in my life. And I have since met a wonderful man, and I am spoiled beyond belief. And every day that I get up, I don't know how long this will go on in my life, as you do not know. But today I choose to be happy and to do whatever I can to try to make the world a better place. I was looking at an article here that said, "Is it possible to choose to be happy?" And this was a therapist that wrote this. His name was I don't know anything about him, by the way. I just Googled it. His name was Marty Nimko, and he's a doctor, Doctor Marty Nimko. And the article is How to Do Life. And he was writing the article about some client that he had that was always very, very negative. And this client somehow woke up one morning and realized that his three primary emotions were fear, anger, and sadness. And I thought that was, spectacular, because I have seen times in my life when I realized that I am anxious. I am projecting out. One of the things that's so easy to do is listen to the news and say, this is going into a scary place. And while that may be reality, and while it is okay to acknowledge that that is reality and prepare your life just in case, what isn't good is if you live your entire life in fear as if it has already happened. This client wrote to him and he said, from the moment I woke up this morning, it was all about I'm going to choose to be happy. I got dressed and I picked out my favorite shirt, even if it made me look a little fat. And it had a yellow, he picked out some wild socks too. It had a yellow stripe on it. He said, screw it, I want caffeinated tea today instead of ultra healthy green crap, he says. And I'll add a little cream and sugar to it. Instead of overeating, which makes me happy for a moment, I think I will choose more healthy foods that I still like. Instead of my usual irrational fears coming up, getting caught up into it, he said, I kept saying it probably really isn't going to happen. At least it isn't going to happen today. So why would I want to lose today if it's not going to happen? And it will spoil my good time. I choose to have a good time today. Instead of working so hard on a report that really didn't matter much, he said, I did it fun and I did it in an easy way. I got it out and I moved on and had a good time with my day. When I watch the news, instead of anger at people's stupidity, does that remind you of anybody you know? I watch the news and I go, oh my God, what is wrong with these people? Anyway, instead of anger at people's stupidity and bias and the short-sightedness of our so-called leaders, I turned off the news. There's virtually nothing like a little old me I can do about it in my conversations other than donate a few bucks here and there. Rather than finish that book I was starting to get tired of, I just dumped it, and I'll try another one another time. Instead of looking for an opportunity to complain to my girlfriend about her, my fear or anger or being constitutionally sad, I chose to be happy today. When I recounted my day to her, I talked to her only about the good that had happened, and what I sensed was she just wanted to be near me. We had a glass of wine, we listened and was supported. I loved it. I chose to be happy, and I am happy now. And that was an interesting thing because it is a decision. You know, we don't have control over many things in our lives. And by the way, our children watch us and they will emulate us. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to share this, because as I start to look for ways to help kids so that they are not vulnerable to pimps and gang members and predators and online predators being lured into sending naked photo, I know the key to keeping a kid from being violated is to teach them that they are valuable, that they are worth something, that they are going to go somewhere and be something, and they don't want to mess up their life by some creep they meet online or get somebody to talk them into taking erotic photos that once they're out there, you can never get them back. The key to working with kids is to teach them strong cognitive decision making. However, if they don't live in an environment around parents who choose to be happy and make good decisions, they themselves will be less likely to make those decisions. It's break time, folks. We're going to be right back.
Societal Shift, A World Without Borders and a Home Without Walls. This is the most important book you will read this year, especially if you have children or grandchildren. We are living at the most important time in all of history. In 2020, the entire world will be connected by internet, more than 6 billion people coming together. Technology will provide many great advantages for our kids, but a world without borders for our kids is also a world without borders for pimps, predators, pedophiles, cartels, and organized crime. It is a home without walls because 87% of the kids sleep with their phone. It is the greatest societal experiment of all time. Our kids are technology geniuses, and their parents are technophobic. Some are techno-impotent. New apps come with no warnings on how a predator will use them against our kids. Advancing technologies like encrypted messaging, vaporware, artificial intelligence, cryptocurrency, and the dark net will challenge law enforcement, teachers, and parents to keep kids safe. Recent research states that 9,000 kids a day are being blackmailed with a naked photo, and 58% will meet their predator. It is indeed a societal shift, and one in which most parents are unprepared. If you are a parent or grandparent, teacher, counselor, or social worker, please take time to read Societal Shift, Only $18.99 plus $6 shipping. Order today at millionkids.org. That's millionkids, millionkids.org. It'll be the greatest gift you can give your family and yourself. Order Societal Shift today. Million Kids takes checks and credit cards. Opal Singleton, the author, will personally sign the book and send it to you. Again, go to millionkids.org and order Societal Shift today. Join Million Kids. Keep our kids safe from predators.
Hello, this is Opal Singleton and Exploited Crimes and Technology. We are talking about Today I Choose. And think about the power of that. You're the only one that can do that. Other people can make decisions for you, and they certainly can give you the consequences if you don't agree with them. But today you choose your life. And maybe today you choose to live. I think that that is so important. One of the things that's really important to me is to surround myself with people I admire. And I do. I am so blessed in my life to have some incredible friends, people that are successful and positive and not always on the golf course, by the way. Okay, I have a little exception here and there, but they are people that want to go somewhere and be something. If you want to keep your child safe from predators, the best thing to do is to believe in your child and believe in yourself. And that together, the two of you choose to do what is right and good and healthy. Some of the things that will help is surround yourself with people you admire, people that are like-minded, people that want to do something good with their life, people who care about others. You know, all of us have known people who are really, really needy, that are very demanding, people that are manipulative. That's the worst, in my opinion. I'm as straightforward as they get, and so don't go playing games with me, okay? But we know people like that, and we don't like those people. So why should we be one of those people ourselves? We want to be people who are winners, that are successful, that care about others, that have empathy. Okay. Some of the signs of emotional well-being, I'll just share with them. I was looking up some articles on this because certainly I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist, and I'm not here to be holier than thou. So I looked up what is emotional maturity. And it's the ability of a person to manage their emotions and life stressors in a healthy manner. And we all like those people first, don't we? I used to have a family member, won't say who, but it was stressful every time we were getting ready to get together. And I'll just share with you one of the things that would happen would just drive me nuts. We would plan going to dinner like a week from today on Friday or whatever. And all week long before we got ready to go, what would happen is there would be these little innuendos. Well, we may not be able to go because one of the kids could be sick. We may not be able to go because I have a cold. We may not be able to go because my husband may have to work overtime. We may not have the money to go. We'll have to put that off for a couple of weeks. And you would go through all these what ifs and reasons you couldn't. And then by the time that you got ready to go out to dinner, they really could go and you didn't want to, because by the time you had gone through all that. And I talked to a counselor about that one time, and they said, one of the problems is that they see their role as being needy, not being adequate. And they're delivering all this in the hopes that you'll fix it. But the problem of it is they can deliver the problem faster than you can fix it. Boy, was that true. As soon as I'd start in on one problem, go, well, honey, you don't have to worry about that or this or the other thing. Then the next thing you know, it'd go, yeah, but what if this? And you just go, oh, I give up. So surround yourself with people you admire. And surround your children, encourage your children to think about building friends with people they admire. finding the good in each other. And on top of it, I think one of the most important things to share with kids is to visualize your dream. Now, a lot of kids don't have dreams per se, they don't know what they want to be. If you have a child that doesn't know who they are and what they want to be, and that is part of the journey of being a child, is trying to figure out who you are and if you want to be something, what that something is. And I always think that that's the value of role playing, of doing theater in schools if they're teenagers, and acting out different things. Or what if you're a doctor? What if you're a botanist? What if you're a veterinarian? What if you're a chemist? What if you decide you're going to be a school teacher or a nurse? And what would that life look like? Would you like that life? And start to think about all the what ifs. You know, life is a huge, huge choice. And we can pick directions, and that doesn't mean we have to stay on that direction. You can try things out. Never in my wildest dreams would I have ever anticipated that I would go into my retirement running a nonprofit on such a difficult subject, dealing with such hardcore cases. But I'm able to do that because we're the solution. We can give hope to people. We can show people the way out. Now, if we didn't already know the way out, we couldn't do that. We have to be healthy to help other people. So visualize yourself being happy and accomplishing your dreams. I think another thing that's very, very important, and you can change this regularly, but decide that you're going to grow intellectually and pick a subject, any subject. Now, maybe I'm prejudiced on this, and maybe you're just not like me and not interested in this. But when I pick a subject, I want to know everything about it. And so I start researching it. And be careful now on Wikipedia. It's not all true. But anyway, and it gets harder and harder to research anything. But when I pick a subject, you pick a subject you want to be an expert at and throw yourself into it for a little while. Now, you don't have to go on for the rest of your life. Maybe you want to knit something. Maybe you want to take up Italian cooking. Maybe it's golf. Good luck. Hope you're patient. But I haven't mastered that yet. But try so many things out. That's the opportunity. We met some new people the other night at a restaurant, and he is a very accomplished individual, and he wants to try out retirement. And he can't quite get the vision of what that looks like. Well, the good news about retirement and, or even you don't have to be retired, is you can pick a subject. Maybe it's wood carving, maybe it's history, maybe it's archaeology, maybe it's beating cancer, maybe it's eating healthy and or getting healthy, and all of those subjects. And but be careful when you Google them, because you will have it right sent back to you in 15 seconds. Okay. I just Googled something yesterday. I can't remember what it was. And it was right this morning on my Facebook page. I'm like, here we go. They're selling everything about you. But I would encourage you that you decide you want to become an expert about something. Another way to be emotionally confident and emotionally mature is to support others. Be empathetic. Understand their situation. Now, that does not mean you get responsible for others. There is a huge difference between supporting someone and rescuing someone. If you rescue someone, you are not doing them a favor. You need to help them understand how they can be strong themselves. Decide that you are going to minimize the time you spend with negative people, and you're going to maximize the opportunity to be in positive influences. Life is, if you think about life as let's say, a bucket of water, you only have so much time, and you only have so much that you can do. And it's about time to choose what is important in your life. Is it your spouse's relationship with you, making sure your spouse is happy? When, a few years back when I was losing my husband, he and I both totally understood that our days were numbered together. And we chose to do things that we would cherish forever, or I would cherish forever. And hopefully he is in a place that he can cherish it forever. But it was a conscious decision that whatever time we have, in that case, we didn't know how long, but we knew it was going to be short. But even today, I'm remarried and I have a wonderful life. And even today, I wake up and I say to myself, if this is the last day of my life, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do it and be grateful and be excited. And I am going to choose to be happy and to be empathetic and to support others. I think those kinds of thought processes help you get into a healthy relationship, form solid and secure relationships where you support each other and find the good in each other. Life is short, and every day you spend together is a gift. My name is Opal Singleton, and we are talking about Today I Choose. It's break time. We'll be right back. Hello, this is Opal Singleton of Exploited Crimes and Technology. I want to tell you about a book I wrote called Seduced, The Grooming of America's Teenagers. It's all about how predators access, groom, recruit, and exploit our young people using social media, online gaming, video chat rooms. Technology is changing at the speed of light, and we have to understand how to keep our kids safe from predators. So you can get this book by going to www.millionkids.org. It's $16. I'll sign it and I'll ship it to you personally. We hope that you will order this book, educate yourself about how to keep our kids safe in this day of changing technology. Join us each Saturday for our radio show at Exploited Crimes and Technology at 3 o'clock on AM 590. The Answer.
Custom Service Systems, a proud supporter of Million Kids, is a family-owned and operated commercial cleaning company servicing the Inland Empire and surrounding areas since 1974. CSS takes pride in their ability to maintain the business facilities they serve and their long-lasting relationships with their valued clients. CSS provides a variety of cleaning systems customized to client needs, including deep cleaning and disinfectant to be COVID-19 compliant. From basic office cleaning to windows and floors, CSS will clean up your mess so you don't have to stress. Custom Service Systems cares about families and communities and wants to give back. Custom Service Systems are proud supporters of Million Kids to keep kids safe from predators. If you need the best cleaning services for your business or corporation, contact Custom Service Systems at cssclean.com. Again, cssclean.com, or call 951-781-9345. That's 951-781-9345. You will know you found the best. Custom Service Systems.
Hello, this is Opal Singleton of Exploited Crimes and Technology. Let me tell you about my friend Doris Anderson at Remax Realty in Upland. She is amazing. She's kind, she's patient, but she listens. And she's informed, and she will help you with your real estate transaction in a way that works for you. Doris, in full disclosure, often supports the work of Million Kids because she cares about young people. But she knows how to analyze a market, how to market a property, and how to find just the right transaction for both buyers and sellers. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate or invest in income property, contact Doris Anderson at Remax Realty 951-733-8899. That's 951-733-8899. 951-733-8899.
AM 590. The Answer.
Hello and welcome back to Exploited Crimes and Technology. We're talking about Today I Choose. I looked up because I'm not the authority on this by any means. Certainly I'm not Dr. Laura or some psychologist in there. I do work in a very busy world and a very demanding world. And so it is important to me that if we're going to help kids keep from becoming violated, that we have solutions, that we have ways of talking to our kids. I think the most important thing you can teach a child is to choose to be happy and choose to be responsible for self. One of the articles I read was saying, count your blessings, carry a smile, speak affirmations in your life every day. And I think that those are great things to teach your children. It's as important for you to teach your child to be positive and be self-sufficient and make good cognitive decisions as it is to make the bed. In fact, making the bed is a good cognitive decision. And the one that I do every day. I think that we decide that we're going to wake up on our own terms, that we're going to be meaningful, that we're going to have a routine, that we're going to find the good in today. I think one of the best things we can do is practice one life improving discipline a day. And if you're having trouble doing that, write it down. Take inventory of your kids and yourself with your strengths and your weaknesses. Have your kids have that dialogue with your kids. Hey, you're going to be good at some things and not good at others, you know? So let's figure out what you're good at and maybe what you want to work on. Set a goal and accomplish it, even if it's a goal to do absolutely nothing but spend a good day with your spouse. You know, treat others like you want to be treated. I think there's a verse like that in the Bible, isn't there? All of these things are important, and I look at them maybe a bit differently than you do. But when I deal with kids, because I go out and do a lot of speaking, it's amazing how many organizations want me to do a positive thinking thing on human trafficking, and I'm like, really? You know? But there is a positive thinking way. The way to prevent your child from becoming a victim of trafficking is to help them have mature emotions, that they understand all of us are needy. All of us want to cuddle up next to somebody, and all of us want somebody else to be responsible for us. But the minute that you allow another person to be responsible for you, then you no longer have control of your life and you're not going to like the results. That makes you dependent on them for your happiness. Some of you maybe have heard me say, I will never forget Dr. Jorgensen telling me, only you can make you happy. Your husband is not responsible for your happiness, and you are not responsible for his. And I'm like, what the heck? What's wrong with you? Of course he's responsible for my happiness. I'm his wife. No, that isn't true. Because you don't have a healthy relationship when you make other people responsible for your well-being. And there isn't enough things another human being can do that will please you eternally. So you better learn to grow up and be responsible for your own happiness. Now, that is also the key to keeping your kids safe online and keeping your kids from pimps or predators. Because the minute that you send out a naked photo, you have just given the power of your life, the power to control your life, to someone else, because now they have a way to blackmail you and your life will change. The minute you meet a guy at a mall or on a dating site and you're looking for someone to take care of you, you are going to end up being hurt and you're not going to be happy, because nobody can take care of you like you can. And the minute other people start to take over taking care of you, they want things in return. And that is how you easily get taken advantage of. This is one reason in sex trafficking that the highest risk population are foster kids and homeless and runaway and pregnant kids. And the reason for that, they are not bad kids. Many of these kids, I've met some amazing, amazing foster kids, resilient, smart, creative, mature, oftentimes more mature than some of the people they're staying with. And that it is because if you're in an environment where you need someone to come in and help you and take care of you, which is true of any minor that's not able to live in a solid family, then you are vulnerable to what they're going to do. So the same way, if you go online, I share with kids the way that you do not become a victim of extortion, sextortion, or blackmail is that you know who you are and what you stand for. You decide, I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to go somewhere. I want to do something good with my life. And I'm not going to let some creep I've never met online take advantage of me or start to blackmail me or put me down at school so that others look at me like I'm less than. I'm not going to do that. I am too important to myself. And it is that kind of thinking that we have to start to give to our kids. I will say one more time, the greatest gift that you can give to your child or a foster child is to teach them to make strong cognitive decisions about their self-worth and about their ability to have a good and healthy and happy life, even if they weren't given all the breaks that the rest of them give. I know many, many kids that are in two-parent households of parents driving around in a Mercedes Benz, and everybody's doing well, but the kid is a brat and has a terrible attitude and has a you owe me. The minute you have that, your life is going to change. So today I choose to be happy. Today I choose to be grateful for this day. Today, I choose to be grateful for the friends that I have in my life. Today, I am grateful that I get to work with Million Kids. And today, I am grateful for all the people that support the work of Million Kids. You know, people listen to this show and they do donate. We are a 501c3 nonprofit that you can donate to. It is tax deductible and like that. But by donating to our company, to our nonprofit organization, you will change the life of many others because there is an entire group of us that go out and intervene with sex trafficking and social media exploitation. More important, we train in schools and all across California, actually, but heavily here in Southern California, so that our kids won't fall prey, okay? And it's important for all of us to understand that we have value and they have value. And that is a gift you can give yourself and you can give to your spouse and you can give to others. A healthy relationship with a spouse is when both of you are healthy, knowing who you are and that you are together and supporting each other. It is so much easier to support each other when you feel good about yourself. That dynamic changes dramatically when one person is dragging the other one down. So choose to be happy today that you're going to be able to make the most of your life. And if you have children, I'm going to tell you that is the greatest gift that you can give them. Right on our website, by the way, we sell challenge coins that say, I believe in you. I think those are the 4 most powerful words on earth. Those are the words that my previous husband left me before he died. And those are the words that we as Million Kids give out to literally thousands and thousands of kids to let them know that we're here and that we believe in them, that they can be strong individuals of their own right, and that they can choose the high road and choose to be happy and choose to care about others and do what is right. And I'm telling you that I think that's the most important thing. That's the element missing in our society. When I listen to all the news and all the crime that goes on there, I say, we missed the boat and we got to get back to basics. Today, I choose to be happy, and that is basic. My name is Opal Singleton. This show is brought to you by Million Kids, millionkids.org. I appreciate it if you'll go online. You can write to me at Opal, OPAL, at millionkids.org. You can go online. You can either send in a check or donate online. I appreciate it. Check out our website and see what we're all about. We've been doing this 15 years. We literally have been involved in bringing a lot of runaway and missing kids home, and we've been involved in a lot of kids that have sent those photos, and then they're trying to straighten out their life. So that is our work. We can't do it without you. Take this time to put your arms around your family. Let them know you believe in them, you love them, and tell them that you are there for them. We'll see you next Saturday at 3 o'clock on AM 590.
This message is all about Million Kids, the organization that helps locate missing kids throughout Southern California and educates to keep kids safe from predators. Million Kids educates school administrators, teachers, parents, and teenagers how predators identify a potential victim and the methods they use to recruit innocent kids. BMW of Riverside is a proud supporter of Million Kids. Visit BMW of Riverside at the Adams Street exit off the 91 freeway or click bmwofriverside.com.